folks. Keith Rand here with Texas Strong. Got my buddy Cade here with 1900 Feeds and these two wonderful customers of his. I'm going to let him introduce them so I don't screw up names and all that stuff because I'm really good at that. But we're here at the TDA. Been a fantastic show for 1900 Feeds. We have he has gathered up several more customers and building relationships with the ones that he has now. But I'll turn it over to Cade, and Cade can make the introductions, and we'll talk about some deer feed and deer.
You bet. Now we've got Mr. Dean Hall and Amber Bolt with us, Superior Texas Whitetails. I can't thank these two enough. They to be honest, we started several years ago, but they're almost right there at the beginning phase of when everything started for us at 1900 Feed. They've been tried and true and tremendous clients of ours. Mr. Dean, they have the whitetail facility and whatnot, breed facility, but he also owns a really successful home building company as well. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But just if you wouldn't mind, guys, telling how 1900's kind of impacted your herd and kind of where you are today.
Let's see, about a year ago that's when I met you, and you had come out with the peanut protein 16%, so I implemented that right away because it was about wean for us. So my yearlings this year as fawns weaning off was started right on there, and I could not be happier. Like when I have my yearling, or it would be about 8 months old fawns coming in for their spring backs and they're hitting 100 pounds on the scale coming through, I could not be more happier. And since day one of birth in our fawns this year and our pen raised fawns, they're immediately started on the 16% with moms, and they're coming across that scale at 50 pounds and at a huge body condition. Like, they are solid, muscular, lean, mean machines. I could not be happier. And then we also transitioned right into that trophy grow of the 18.6 into the pasture, because we also have the axes. Those pasture animals are unbelievably in good, hardy condition. You couldn't ask any better. Like, going through winter on this feed, I don't have to worry about my animals whatsoever.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's kind of something we definitely strive for. Like Amber stated, we preach that high fat content. We're a rice-based feed company. That not meaning we just utilize rice. We use all the other commodities as well in that ration, whether it's cottonseed meal, soybeans, the works. We've got all the micro ingredients to go along with it, but the premium vitamin mineral packs that we speak highly on are, like the zinc and high manganese levels for the disease resistance that I truly believe makes a huge difference. But yeah, two awesome customers, and I'll let Mr. Dean say a little bit himself.
Hi, I'm Dean Hall, and I own Superior Homes Custom as well as Superior Texas Whitetails. And we started using 1900, like Amber said, about a year ago, and it's just been amazing what they've done for our deer in the pasture, deers in pens. One thing I like the best about them, though, is when there's an issue, it's immediately taken care of. We need feed, it's there the next day. One of the things that really sold me on them was we were having some deer die in the pasture, some axis deer, and Amber called them Tuesday at noon. Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock, we had feed in the barn, feeding it that day, and didn't lose another one. So, not only is their feed the best quality, their customer service is more than we could ever ask for.
Awesome.
And it's
really definitely appreciate it, Dean. That's something that we definitely hang our hats on. Yes, quality of product, quality of feed, but being a family-owned and operated business, really have our hands tied around everything. So when a customer calls, especially like yourself or anybody, we do our best to make it happen. We've got our own freight company, so that even helps out a tremendous amount. So we've developed quite a few. I mean, with everybody, a good personal relationship, and we definitely take that to heart. So
I'll add to that too. That's one of the things that kind of attracted us to him. We hadn't known him long, about a year and a half. Probably a year, I guess.
Yeah.
Last year here at this show we met, and one of the cool things about all of it, and I'll say this all the time, is consistency in deer feed is important, and we all know that these other feed companies, not bad mouthing anybody at all, but they're going to change their commodities from time to time based on availability or based on price and all that stuff. The cool thing about these guys is they're growing all their own stuff, most all their own stuff. I mean, they're dang sure growing all their rice, and then this year y'all growing your corn. So I mean, control from a seedling to when you feed it to that deer, he's got his hands on it, from Hallie on the farm side to him, and then logistics and the whole 9 yards. I mean, they're good people, and that's in these days. When you want a partnership with good people and surround yourself with good people, and if they tell you they're going to do it, they're going to do it. And that's above and beyond most anything there is out there.
It is definitely farm to table. Like, you know what you're getting, and they know what they're putting in their product because they want your herd to succeed as much as we do, and that is what I love about it. Because when I'm ordering feed on a Monday, getting it on a Wednesday, I know that they're getting the freshest product on the earth.
Yeah, that's what we truly. I mean, we have so many key components to this to our business, and that's another thing too. It's freshness of products. We take pride in making sure our customers receive their feed shortly after it's made or processed. So you're not going to find anything that's less than about 7 to 10 days old. That's for sure. Certainly, I mean, like Mr. Dean called, and I remember very well when he called me and said, "Hey, man, can you guys throw a dewormer?" We made it that evening, and we got it to him that next day to save that axis herd that had been impacted by needing a good worming. So yeah, that's something we definitely strive to be the best at. So, yep.
And very much appreciate it.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Now we kind of turn tables on Mr. Dean to really talk here about his home building business and whatnot, how long he's been in business, and kind of where he looks to go with it.
Yeah, I've been in the home building business my whole life. My parents started when I was born, and I purchased it in early 90s. My dad died in 84, and my mom took it, and I took it from there. And Cheryl and I have been running ever since, and it's been great. It's been really busy. We love the challenges, love building custom homes all over East Texas there. But yeah, it's kind of partnering with 1900 on feeds like what we do in the home building is partner with people who can really help us. We can help them, but when we need them, they're there for us, and we'll make sure we're there for them as well. But
it's like a subcontractor on your job. He's a subcontractor for your deer. Right?
Yes, he is. Yeah, it is more than a subcontract. It's more of a partnership.
Absolutely.
Because without them, I can't do what I do.
Sure.
Whether it be the homes but and I'll tell my customers in a minute that I can get new customers way easier than I can get new subs and vendors, right? So I'm going to take care of them, and it's the same with y'all because things happen and things change, but who's going to be there in the end to take care of you? So
that's right.
But
yeah, we do our best to, I know, just kind of bring up the topic, but Mr. Dean, Ms. Amber, they support as much, if not more than anybody that I know. I mean, the guy's so heavily involved in youth and organizations that he called me not long ago, and I'm a tender-hearted guy for the youth. So he said, "Kate," he said, we got a program up here near us that we do, and he does a whole lot for in that organization. And he said, "It's for the youth," and I said, "Yes, I'm in." I didn't tell him, "Hey, what is it encounter? What do we have to do? What do we need to do?" Yeah, I'm in. And so that's something also too. You may kind of touch on that, what you guys just concluded and finished up with.
Oh yeah, well, 2 Mile is a group that used to be Quail Unlimited. They went to 2 Mile, but they youth hunting, and they support youth hunting all over Walker, Trinity, and Trinity County, and just do a great job and raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for youth, and so it was fantastic. Yes. We were able to donate a deer, which they were able to raise $40,000 for, which we were really happy with. So yeah, it's fantastic. Somebody's going to get to shoot a 250 plus inch deer too, so it's really great. Yeah,
I'll tell you, that's a part of our life now that we really have to start concentrating on. I mean, even in the cattle business, in the cattle industry, in the deer business, the hunting industry, we got a lot of kids that don't know nothing. I mean, they're inside playing a game, they're doing all this stuff, and those generations go on. We're going to start losing some hunters, losing this industry, and we don't do a good enough job. All of us. I mean, obviously you're doing your part, but I mean we could all do better, and we're going to try to do better. But the youth and youth involvement and bringing these kids back into this stuff and the outdoors and all that stuff is a very, very, very important task that we all need to focus on for sure.
Yeah, my wife and I agree wholeheartedly. That's why we're so supportive, because we want to get the kids out of the house and out in the pastures, in the woods and the lakes.
That's right. Yeah, and the fishing industry's, it's big and whatnot, and I'm no doubt, get them out outdoors. So
yeah.
So what do you guys? I'm sure y'all got a deer that you're super proud of that you're pushing either the same.
Yes, they
Like
are.
that.
They've got up and
I want to know what y'all got. I want to hear some deer stories here.
We just launched our star yearling of the year. It's Anchorman over Mr. Unforgettable Sister, which is our buck from last year, our 2-year-old that he is now 3, and that just kind of shows that he has that genetics come through. But that yearling was raised on 1900 from day one, and I cannot wait to get my hands on him. If you go to our Facebook page, Instagram, you're going to see Magic Anchor.
Yeah.
That guy is a stud.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was a wow factor to me, just because I know Emery Dean how long they've been feeding our feed and whatnot, and she showed me that picture when we got here a couple of days ago, and yeah, it's one of the wow factors that you see,
Absolutely.
and kind of what you breed for. I mean, he's an absolute supreme of all supremes at that age, so ought to be super special.
And then with our 3-year-old Mr. Unforgettable,
Yep.
you know, last year he grew out at Prime Acres at 2, but he came to us this year, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't mess up on him. And
No pressure.
no pressure, right?
The Brad's gonna be on you, yeah.
When he came in from day one, he was right on that 1900 peanut feed, and that guy's a stud too.
Yeah.
I mean, he is still balled up. I still have to go back and get real pictures in September, like maybe late September when I cut him, because he is still growing and his body condition is unreal. So I'll be posting him soon on our Facebook and social so that you guys can see him. But like he is, like his body condition is.
Yeah, I saw him on the back of your shirt earlier, Dean.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you know, and the pen deer have done really well, but the pasture deer, I have the biggest pasture deer I've ever had by far. I mean, they're just amazing how well the body condition and how they're growing out. So.
You know, a lot of people, when they talk and think about deer feed, they all want to talk about protein. Protein is protein. But especially those pasture deer and how they, you know, making it through those ruts and through the wintertime and all that stuff. I mean, that's why cottonseed blew up so much, because of high fat content. But we drive the point home all the time, even with our stuff, is, you know, fat content, body condition. You get that deer, as you guys all well know. I'm just talking to the camera, I guess, out there now. You know, after the rut, you get that deer back in the body condition before he drops his antlers and get his condition right, and it starts everything off in the right direction to grow those antlers for the next year. And Cade, you're the scientist.
Yeah, and it's wild because we take that cold-heartedly. I mean, on the fat content, because I think really and truly, I mean, reproduction, everything on these does right now is a key time. A lot of guys don't know, man. Does right now, those babies are big. They've pulled everything off of those guys. You know, this is a prime condition right here to be feeding as much as we can and as supreme as we can. So to really recondition those for the recycling, for the breeding season coming up and everything else. So, you know, my deal is the fat content we play in. I think a 6% fat content is just an ideal. You know, I think the 3s and the 4s is no doubt low. So I think that 6 we kind of hang our hat on is really, really good. You're able to keep, and from a feed standpoint, you're able to keep a really, really good pellet bonded.
Right.
And to make a really good pellet at that 6% too. And so yeah, no, it's been really, really good. Very, 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 very good, to be honest. A lot of successful stories, and like TDA, I mean, this weekend has been a blessing, because we have. I mean, due to these guys right here and several others that have been on the feed, the testimonies are out. And we do have some of the biggest guys in the business, no doubt, from the breeding standpoint as well as some of the avid hunters. But, you know, our deal is this a lot of people don't understand, but this is where it starts.
Absolutely.
I mean, these breeders is where it starts. And, I mean, this is the top of the totem pole, because, I mean, all the avid hunters, the high fence places, the hunting facilities, whatnot, they rely on you guys to have their success.
Supply chain.
So I mean, this is where it starts, and to me, I think we've got the biggest guys there, no doubt, hands down, some of the best. We developed great relationships with every one of them, and on a personal level, and I think that just that's something we'll always. I told brother-in-law too when we started the feed deal. I said, I don't care how big we get, we'll always keep that really good relationship with our customers.
Absolutely.
And that's something I'll always hang my hat on. So.
Yeah, and another really important point that we've used in 1900 as well, the price point is so well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a good price point.
Yeah.
So not only you're feeding the very best of the best feeds, and we use some of the best and most expensive in my pasture for sure. And I did not get better results. I got better results in 1900 for a much less price, which at the end of the year that adds up.
You bet.
So.
And that's what I tell everybody too, you know, and like Keith nailed it, you know, we grow it, we send it, it's all in-house. And my deal is, so that's where we save a lot of costs. I know it still costs. We have I always touch base with brother-in-law saying, hey, how much do we spend in the field, you know, because I've got to calculate be cost efficient here at the mill. So, you know, he always tells me, hey, this is what we spent this year. This is where we need to be at on that. So then I factor in everything at the mill, and from a feed standpoint to where, you know, we're still, because it's all in-house.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
I mean, there's no freight costs and whatnot from a field that's 2 or 3 miles down the road. You know, that's not factored in on the freight there. So everything's there, and that's really ultimately how we do that. And then plus also on the tail end of it, when we do deliveries, having that own freight service on the tail end of it to get it to you guys.
Yeah.
And I think, just us being a family-owned and operated business to where we are, that makes us just a little bit special because we
Absolutely.
you guys call, we can deliver. So,
I'll piggyback off
Go ahead.
that. Like, y'all's fleet drivers are awesome. Alex, shout out. Like, if I'm
bet.
not in town, he knows
he'll
the
be
drill.
watching. Yeah.
He can type in the gate code, go to the feed barn, unload it the way he knows how I want it stacked,
Yeah.
and he's got it done.
like
And
it
I don't have to, I don't have to be there.
Exactly right.
It's so great. It's just great.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and with him and Ronnie, Ronnie handles a lot of commodities for us and whatnot too. And on the he's our paddle wagon guy. He's got the Peterbilt 18-wheeler, and we've got 2 big paddle wagon trucks to where we bring silos and this and that. And Alex is more the box guy, and that's the thing. They've got great personalities. We strive, and we come to everybody with a great attitude, and they help customers out to a T. So, in my biggest deal, that's part of customer service. And whatever it takes, if the customer asks, hey, man, we need to load 2 pallets. There's 80 bags here. We got to get them off here, and we've got to bring it 5 miles down the road on your back. We're going to do it. So,
Yep.
we just go above and beyond to make sure our customers are pleased.
Let's change gears just a minute, see what y'all think. We've had an interesting little program here this week, and I've really paid more attention this year probably than I ever have
too.
about
Yeah,
stuff.
I have too.
We're talking about the cuss word of the industry, CWD. We're talking about New World screw worms coming in. But one of the things that, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, that nobody really likes to talk about that probably kills more deer in captivity or even in free-range deer is EHD, right? And we're up here having all these conversations with CWD, and it's probably killed, without getting all into that crap, but anyway, not near as many a deer, probably not 1/1000th of a deer that EHD has killed deer, right?
Yeah, no fractions. Yeah.
Yeah. So and Cade, then we're working on some things, and how do y'all handle y'all's EHD stuff? How do you stay ahead of it?
Coming into
Amber
here,
says don't talk about
don't
it.
talk about it. Like, I start knocking on wood now, but when Dean started the herd, I was like, oh my God, like I already know all these diseases. What am I going to face? Because we had to bring in animals from 4 different farms, so there are 4 different personalities, 4 different bugs coming in. But we've been blessed, and I'm scared because we are surrounded by bass ponds, catfish. There's a lake behind our deer pens, but I have not once done any kind of treatments this year on the fawns, does, bucks, nothing.
Awesome.
Last year, it was just probably me freaking out, like, oh, she doesn't look right. I'm going to shoot her with some Super Dex and just make sure she wasn't having those slight signs. But overall, at this particular farm on 1900, the does are so healthy, and the bucks and the fawns that I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, it is, and I'll kind of dive, like Keith said, I'll dive into a little bit more. And I had 2 special guys. One of them he's become a really good friend of mine. He's owns Heritage 10 Whitetails, Dr. Randy Froelich, and I know he don't mind if I speak his name. Great guy, great guy. He's been a game changer for us just from a veterinarian standpoint. I can talk feed from nutrition and everything else, but when you have a veterinarian of that caliber speak nutrition, everybody really listens. And, we did. We changed a few things. They played with some rations, and him and Dr. Chris Ashworth with Zimpro. We do a lot of Zimpro products too. That's in our rations. But we increase and we play a very, very high zinc and manganese level. So with that being said, they've did some EHD things and studies and whatnot, and that's really, I believe, put a hinder on a lot of that things. I'm not going to speak in some of the, some things that may get frowned upon and whatnot from others, but at the same time, they've, it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing and a game changer for us too. To listen to those guys and the research they went through for just our product. It's a 1900 premix that we put into our rations. But yeah, I'm like Amber. I'm trying to keep them out, just try to stay bundled up because I don't want it to, knock on wood and everything else. But all of our other guys, volume guys like yourself, they're having the same results. So it's been a blessing in that part. So.
Well, it's kind of like, no different than the cow herd or anything else. The health protocols, the mineral packs, all the stuff that he's putting in this stuff, you keep that rumen healthy and rolling, and you keep that deer in good condition. you're going to have a lot less health issues. I mean, it is what it is. You got the vaccines, vaccinations, all the stuff you are doing to a T. You know you are, and a healthy fat animal is not going to get sick. I mean, it happens. It happens from time to time. But I mean, the total ration that they're putting together with the feed that they're going, and then their mineral pack is second to none.
I definitely will piggyback off you since I got to take over this herd and start it from scratch. I don't vaccinate and I don't shoot darts with antibiotics whatsoever. All they do is my deer get their fall warmer boosters as well, and then they get their spring warmers, and I might throw a vitamin.
Awesome.
But with this feed, I've had I hate to jinx myself now.
It's wood.
Everybody knock on the wood, but I don't have to fight those diseases I've been fighting at other ranches I feel like it's because it starts with the nutrition and the feed. You can build these incredible animals with paper, but if it's dead, it's a no good animal. If it's not healthy, she's not going to produce, or he is not going to produce what we need from them. And I cannot thank Cade enough for they literally brought 2 free pallets of food to us, and we started from right then and there.
Yeah, it was, and it's us, and it's. I always tell everybody, and Amber can vouch. I know Keith hears me say it all the time, but we're not salesmen. It's more or less, hey guys, try it. The nutrition's there, the quality's there. See if you like it, and we've been. That's what I kind of stand by the whole way through, and that's really taken off for us. So
and for Amber to change in 1900, but she doesn't change very well. So it took her a while, but she moved forward with it as soon as she saw what it was doing to the deer in the pasture. She's like, absolutely. So it's really fantastic.
Awesome. Well, anything else you want to talk about on the home building side or any of that stuff, man?
We're very blessed. We're grateful. We're outside of Conroe, Texas, and we're just building lots and lots of beautiful custom homes for customers, and It's just been great, and really a great time. It's a good time to be here.
Super awesome facility they got. I know Dean and
Custom build facility right there.
Dean and Amber didn't mention that, but I've been there. And matter of fact, I took them their very first load because I always like doing that just to kind of see where we're heading, this and that. But I did. I took them their very first couple pallets. The 2 that I promised Amber on, brought it up there free of charge, let those guys try it.
Sure did.
And phenomenal, immaculate place. I mean, it's really immaculate place, awesome place.
Well, we're in the world of social media and all that stuff. So why don't you tell us what's your Facebook page, your Instagram page? How do we follow and share?
So you guys can find us on Facebook and Instagram. We're under Superior Texas Whitetails. Look for our logo. It's right there. Yeah.
Superior Texas Whitetails.
I think our Instagram has our STW with the antlers, and our Facebook has our real long name with the Texas with the antlers in it. But you can't miss us. Mr. Unforgettable is pinned right there when you open them up, and then Magic Anchor's video is right there. So we'll be pushing more videos hopefully when I get more time.
Awesome.
Babies are coming off, so
we'll make sure that we like, share, follow all the good stuff that we got to do to promote that stuff for you too, for sure.
There is a come feed with us day, and we pushed out the 1900 bags right in front and center.
Awesome.
So it showed my feeding process, because I can't thank Kate enough in 1900 because they've changed how I deer farm and manage a herd.
We can't thank y'all enough, for sure, because like I said, y'all were some of the ones that almost started the deal with us, and on the deer side, we've been messing with deer for a long time, but at the same time, from a feed standpoint and the really high quality that we went to, and how long we've got 14 different rations now. We do the dewormers, we do just about anything. We make custom blends. Like Amber stated, right now the 18.6 and that 16% peanut pellet are our biggest sellers, and have done extremely well. So.
Well, that's good. We appreciate you guys coming. Cade, thanks for having us here to help you this week too. I mean, I know that I was going to say I kind of spoke out of turn earlier when you were over talking about those 2 pallets of feed, and a guy was like, I think I want to try it. I mean, well, when can he send me 2 pallets of feed? I said, he'll do it. and then Chris walked up, and Chris said, yeah, he's gonna send it. Don't watch it. But ended up selling him. Ended up selling him a truckload, so a bulk. So it went from I guess that, and then they got to talking, and Cade worked his charm and just talk facts and stuff, and not trying to sell him on it. And I think he's got a paddle wagon headed his way pretty soon. So
yeah, a good quality product helps charm a lot too.
It does, and word of mouth. You know, I mean,
absolutely.
They've spent a lot of money here to advertise with you guys, and I was telling Cade, before this show seemed down at first a little bit to me. Not a lot of traffic, and this, that, and the other, but I don't know how much feed he sold this week, but it's been a lot. But every person that come by here, it's kind of like, compared to like a Texas Trophy Hunters, which is a whole different deal. But you got people that are coming by there to get your hats and get your free stuff and all that. Every person that stopped by in this booth was a legitimate buyer.
Yeah.
And I mean, so everybody here is in this business. I mean, you're not messing with a bunch of tire kickers.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a phenomenal show here. I mean,
that's like he said, and that's where it starts at, guys. I mean, this is the cream of the crop, really and truly, on your big deer breeders, and whether it be whitetail, exotic. I mean, mainly on the whitetail side here, but at the same time, it's true to these guys are on top of the pyramid, and that's where it starts. So, I mean, all your hunt facilities, ranches, they buy bucks and whatnot from these guys here. And I'm a huge supporter of this organization for sure, and I will always be.
Hopefully, Texas Parks and Wildlife comes around to y'all's way of thinking. I mean, these guys are basically scientists on their own in their labs and all that stuff, and they've done more as an industry and as an association right now in their own labs for this problem, without getting all into that, going down that rabbit hole, than the state has. So hopefully they will trust in their expertise. I mean, there's some very, 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 very smart, successful people in this business, and this is not for the faint of heart, for sure, especially now, right?
No, sir.
But hopefully we can get that resolved and move on down the road and grow this industry again, because they've just about killed it. But the ones that have survived are obviously doing well, and you guys are kicking butt and taking names, and you're growing some big deer, and we're just glad that you're feeding 1,900 feet, and we get to sit here and talk about it,
Yeah, and we're so grateful that Cade and 1,900 stood up to help Texas Deer Association this year, because we really needed it more this year than ever, and it was really a big help.
Yeah.
Although he did outbid me on every advertisement I was trying to buy.
Can I at least have something?
That was some things me and Hallie and Abby talked about, with Crawfest, Mr. Brad's place there at Prime Acres, and had a booth, and man, when I left out, I had to go to son's ball games and whatnot, and I told Dad, I said, hey, we need this, and this. Of course, it's all marketing. It's a little bit of marketing advertisement. He called me when he left. Dad did. He said, man, we got all of it. He said, but Amber came over and said, will you please just give me something?
I did. I walked right up to that table, and I was like, please.
So, we got the Superior Whitetail.
That's right. And a big, beautiful booth over here.
Yeah, they do. Yep.
Well, guys, thank y'all again. You're doing a fantastic job down there.
Sure.
Really cool to hear
what
you're doing.
Big supporters.
Cade is a very humble, likable guy. I don't know about his brother-in-law too well, but we won't get into all that mess. Have a good time with good people, But hey, we're here. We're going to try to wrap this thing up with these guys and maybe bring you guys another one. But Cade, first of all, thank you for having us here.
Thank you, guys.
We're part of the team. You guys, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Yep.
And we're going to sign off here. Texas Strong 1,900 Feeds at TDA 2025 Convention in San Antonio, Texas. Adios.